This program is brought to you with the help from our real friends. For your photo, video, and audio needs, look no further than Shuttermaster. Shuttermaster is your source for mics, mixers, professional lighting, cameras, and many more. Visit them at shuttermaster.com.ph for more details. And now for our regular program. Here's Joe and Kokoy.
Hi, I'm Joe,
And I'm Kokoy,
and together we are.
TITOS with Ukuleles.
Hi, thanks for coming back. We're back here at Shuttermaster in QC. So this is Shutter Cafe. We'd really like to thank Shuttermaster, especially Frank Chai, for loaning us his place to record in and for the use of his Sennheiser profile microphones.
Yes, if you ever need any photo, video, and audio needs, go to Shuttermaster.
Yeah. Guys, also, please support us. Subscribe to the channel. We need those likes.
So, Joe, this is again Joe's episode. Sorry. Okay, this is very casual because before he used to visit me at my bedroom, and now we have our own cafe.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you call support, fan support. So, Joe, this time you brought another one of your collection.
Yes.
Where does this come from, and what is it?
Okay, so this is from TAKAMINE.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Japanese company. They make guitars and ukuleles. This is a TAKAMINE EGUS1.
EGUS1.
Yes, it's a soprano ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
It's all mahogany in a matte finish. Although, most companies, they make the fretboard out of rosewood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's made of laurel.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good alternative to rosewood.
This used to be my dad's. This is the one he played the most often.
Soprano size.
Soprano size. Actually, it's interesting. I visited his brother
Yeah.
a few months ago, and he also. So my uncle, my dad's brother, he also plays a ukulele, and it was also soprano.
Yeah.
So I suppose it was something that they like their ukulele small. So now the original strings that came with this were from Diodario. We had to change the strings because the original tuners broke. So these are not the original tuners. One of the pegs broke, so we had to change it with a Grover type tuner so that it fit into the same screw holes.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't like to drill in new holes. Yeah, the original tuning pegs were pearl white. We went for black and gold. So yeah, the original were pearl white and chrome. This is black and gold. For me, it looks better.
Yes, it matches the nice mahogany finish.
Yeah. Okay, so the strings we used here, this is an Ernie Ball string set. This is Ernie Ball when they sell you their ukulele strings. Basically, for other brands, you specify it. It's either soprano, concert, tenor, baritone.
Mm-hmm.
For Ernie Ball, when you buy a string set, it's either soprano concert, so meaning you can use it for the soprano and a concert,
Yeah.
or concert tenor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I discovered something for the Ernie Ball. If you buy the soprano concert and you put it on your soprano uke, there's still enough excess string left over to do another, to restring it again.
Yeah.
So it's like, for the same price, you're getting two string sets.
Yes. Of course, the first string set would be a ball end,
Yeah.
which is what Ernie Ball sells you.
Yeah, here.
Compared to other string
Yeah.
manufacturers.
So if you don't like the hassle of tying
Yes.
your strings here on the bridge, yeah. You don't want to use aftermarket beads, Ernie Ball.
Yes. Okay. So we will continue with our discussion, but first you provide us the little sound sample so that we know generally how it sounds like without anything added to it.
Yeah.
So we'll cut to that.
Hey, we're back.
All right, that was an interesting sound sample once more.
Yes.
For that sound sample, we didn't give you the specifics about the built-in piezo, which we will discuss in the future. But Joe, tell me more about your wonderful EGU-S1 from Takamine.
Yes. Oh, I just noticed that now.
Yeah, what did you notice?
Oh, the serial number's way over there.
Okay, there you go. Actually, this one is made in China. But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with instruments coming from China. It just basically gives you the time stamp. When did your dad get this?
My dad, okay, so my dad passed away. I took possession of this. According to the receipt left in the bag.
Yes, which you kept.
Yeah, which he bought this in December of 2020.
Yes, and you said this was still available in the
It's still,
catalog.
still available in the Takamine. According to the Takamine website, it's still available.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it because it's portable, it's small. Okay. So if I had to bring something around, it would be this. Although I'll admit I'm not too fond of the soprano size. I got big fingers.
Yeah. Actually, what did you say in this channel? What did we like? What size do we want in this channel?
Tenor.
Tenor. Yeah, that's
Tenor.
we
Tenor.
agree on that.
It's a personal preference.
TITOS tenor.
Yeah. My dad enjoyed playing with this the most often because my dad liked to sing karaoke. And
Karaoke.
yeah, and this has a passive pickup system, so he would just plug this into the same speaker that he would, his mic was plugged into, and he'd do his jam.
Yes, passive means that there's no battery, which that means that also that it does not amplify the sound, unlike the other modern amplifiers. Usually have to call a preamp, that's battery powered. This is passive. That means that it goes straight, but it has a volume and tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's confusing for me because normally, di ba, you go from minimum to maximum, and all my other ukes that have a pickup, minimum or zero would be here, and I would slide up that way to get maximum volume and tone. For this one,
It's in the reverse.
it's on the reverse. So the first time I tried this, I'm like, how come I can't hear anything? But when it was hooked up to an amp, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's in reverse.
Well, maybe the reason why is so that you don't make the mistake of turning it down while you're playing. But that's actually a good observation. Actually, Takamine is not a popular brand to make
Yeah.
instruments like this.
One thing we noticed that when we change the strings, so the saddle comes off, and when you return it, it only goes in a specific way. I think you mentioned something about the way it's been filed or something or shaped.
Yes, actually, some builders, what they would do is they probably would technically slot the bridge a certain way or mark it so that you don't accidentally shift it. Because when you take this out, definitely it falls off because there's a piezo line inside there, a metallic line that allows for the piezo system.
Yeah.
So when you can't glue it, basically you don't want to glue it because that can,
Well,
can
actually,
be messy.
I prefer my saddles not glued because if I have to do any work on it, it's just easier to take on and put back
Yes.
on.
Actually, most of the time, saddles shouldn't be glued. Nuts are, but saddles, you don't usually glue them, especially if they have piezos.
Yeah.
But this one I see in your saddle, you did give you a little intonation, so that's also one indication if you accidentally remove your saddle when you're changing your strings.
Yeah.
You can make sure you either mark your saddles underneath with a pen, which end goes to which, or in this case, this was properly fit in such a way that
Yeah.
you won't make the
Yeah,
mistake.
actually,
Could be by accident, but I'm sure somehow they did it on
yeah,
purpose.
the first time I put it in, I put it in by reverse, and the saddle wouldn't properly fit into the bridge. So then I flipped it around, it went in easily. My big mistake though was that when I put it in, after I strung this, we weren't getting a good sound from the amplifier. Turned out it wasn't seated properly
Yep.
in the bridge, so Kokoy had to push it down.
Yep.
Then we got sound in the amp.
Yes, that's also one thing when you're changing strings and you have a piezo system, make sure that your saddles are properly seated.
This has nice construction. It's a matte finish.
Look at the belly cut. Yeah, that's a slant, as we have discussed before.
Yeah.
Certain ukulele makers give you that so that it balances well when you play with it.
I like the profile of the neck, especially here. It's been flattened a little, so if you have to bar very close to the nut, it doesn't take much effort. The frets are smooth. There's no binding, but the frets are smooth. You don't feel anything sharp. It's unadorned. Like you only get this rosette that is plain and simple, but the wood really looks nice.
Yes, like you said, it's a mahogany. So to make that little shine like mahogany, if you put too much, if you put binding and too much into it, this tries to replicate normally your standard Hawaiian look.
Yeah,
Natural and matte.
it's really hard to find fault with this ukulele. I suppose that's why among the ukuleles my dad had, this is the one he played with the most. What I don't like, and again, this is personal preference. It's just being as a soprano.
Yep.
It's just hard to do certain chord changes, like especially when I have to go from G5 to F7. I find that easier to do in a tenor. For the sound, it's loud for its size. In fact, it's louder than other concert ukes I've tried.
Yes, actually, even hearing from your sound sample and when we try to play it now, it's actually pretty bright. What strings did you put here? Ernie ball, right?
Ernie ball.
Any specific Ernie ball? Is it like bright Ernie ball?
Then it just said, if I remember the packaging correctly, it just said soprano concert.
Soprano concert.
That's it.
Ball end.
Ball end. Yeah. Maybe in the future, I'd take the plunge and experiment and get a string set that has a low G for a soprano.
Low G soprano, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That will be one of our projects for our episodes.
For the future.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Colin?
Well, okay. First, you are correct. I will actually have to agree with most of what you said, but let me get my $200 worth of opinion. Now, again, Judd, from your receipt, we see this as around $200. $150.
$196.
$196 in currency.
Yeah.
However, this was bought a few years ago, so it's still within the middle range. Okay, again, the middle range should be anything that is more than $100, and roughly to about $300. Above that, you'll have premium and super premium and ridiculously premium prices. But what you have here is actually a nice sample of a mid-range, from my opinion. Again, it doesn't matter that it's coming from China once more, because by this time most of the manufacturers have moved to China.
Yes.
Okay. In some of our previous ukuleles, most of them were Indonesia and other stuff. What you do have is a natural finish, a matte finish, but that also gives you, in my opinion, one of the few things I might not like about this is that there are actually some blemishes in your wood stains but as a builder myself, I do understand. But this is a factory-made ukulele, so they could have actually fine-tuned. However, they did put some time in the fret without the sprouting. It's not only no sprout, but it's what we call crowned. When you crown fret, that gives you that smooth. Now that's an additional few hours of work. So you'd say that this was the dedication that was placed here was a little bit higher than most. Another thing that, like you said, you notice is that after a few years, the tuner already broke. Okay, the original Grover type tuner, meaning that the two-hole system from top to bottom, you have to match that so that you don't have to drill any additional holes, which means I had to get also a similar type, but black and gold.
Oh yeah, and if I need any little part, it's Coco who orders it.
No, actually, maintaining an instrument nowadays can be easy, and most parts do coming from China. Again, nothing wrong with that. Again, one nice thing about this is it does have a passive piezo pickup, but you would need a proper amplifier for that. Okay, which we will also give some opinions on in future episodes, especially on pickups. The passive system needs a lot of preamp and a good, you can add reverb or equalizer. This only has volume and tone, as most passives do.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, the nice thing about this is that you put it in your coat pocket. It's nice and small, and if you get used to, yes, you are right. The flattening or relatively a D-shaped neck, in my opinion, gives you a nice feel to it, so that you can easily move up to the fretboards and all. The nice, what material is this? Laurel. The nice laurel also gives an additional highlight to your mahogany because it's not too
I was
dark.
surprised by the intonation, especially as you move closer to the sound hole. This is very good intonation.
Well, again, like I said, the fact that it is actually intonated, but there's a certain style of intonating the saddle which your Ukulele Pro will help you with, but it basically just reshapes the straight bone saddle towards the back. So in this case, they did put some time. That means that this is not just a regular factory line. Well, it is a factory line production, but at the end of it, somebody set it up with crowning and intonation, which is a bonus.
Yeah, for me, for all the work that went into this, it's worth the price.
Yes, I do agree. It is worth the price. And can we recommend it? If you can find one.
If you can find one.
It is a nice alternative to the usual brands that you will see.
Yeah. I would highly recommend that you purchase this soprano if you're looking for a great soprano that you can just attach to an amp.
Yes, the only thing lacking, it's not a tenor. So, any final words, Joe? This is a very special ukulele, not only because it is a good design, the TAKAMINE G series, and it's a soprano. However, what's more special about it is that it comes from your dad.
Yeah.
So, any last few words before we give our final thumbs up or thumbs down?
That I'm still playing it.
Yes. Hello, Tito. Okay, there's another Tito. Yeah.
Okay.
Titos with ukuleles. Mr. Avila. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And everybody, again, once more, if you do like the episode that we shared, then do give us a thumbs up. And if you have just been recently watching us, do subscribe so that we can do more content like this. And Joe can buy more ukuleles.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, ready?